are here because the outside world rejects you.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another quick Turtle Updates video. There's been some Ninja Turtles news stories dropping here and there lately, and I figured we'd put it together in one big video and talk about it all. There's some comic book news, some video game news, some collectibles news. We're gonna dig through all of it and break it down. So let's go ahead, waste no time, and dive on in with the first story, breaking down the new Mutant Mayhem video game trailer.
Hi again, guys. April O'Neil here, and I have some exciting news to share today. The Ninja Turtles are out saving the city yet again. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there are a lot of new faces around. Mutant faces. And not all of them are friendly. So it's up to the Turtles to do something about it. Luckily, each of them has their own unique way of dealing with unexpected problems. But who are these new mutants? And what do they want? If you ask me, they look like proofs of concept. Or some strange experiment, maybe? Hopefully the Turtles can find out what's really going on. They sure have a bunch of friends to help them now. Or, not? And who's to say our turtle teams can't learn a few new tricks themselves? Or even make new friends from all across this famously friendly city. What do you guys think? Was that okay? Do I need another tea?
Rated everyone 10 and up.
Get ready for action. This September, the Turtles come to life. Unlock amazing in-game skins using the secrets hidden in the box. Dive into the adventure.
Okay, so there you saw the trailer for the upcoming game, which releases October 18th, by the way. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the new things we saw in this new trailer. First up, we see Michelangelo here fighting this new type of rodent mutant that we've never seen before. You see these mutants a couple of other times in the trailer as well. Almost looks like a mole or something. Here we see the turtles with some type of beverage hats, and then we get the turtles here entering some type of facility, or an alarm goes off, and we see some of these other mutants that are in the facility begin to approach them, and they seem hostile. These are the same type of mutants we've seen them fighting in some of the other trailers as well. Here we get this new shot with some of these new mutants kidnapping Mondo Gecko. You can see some new characters there in the background that have like chicken legs but fish heads or something like that. Then later on we see this new zebra mutant there with some type of tech gear over their eye. And in this shot you can see some TCRI crates there in the background, which you'll see here shortly in the synopsis. They do appear to be the ones behind these new mutants that we're all seeing. And that facility that we just spoke of does appear to also be a TCRI facility, as you can see the logo there when the turtles are fighting this new slug mutant there. Next we get this new shot here of the turtles at a concert. You can see that Bebop and Rocksteady and Man Ray are up there DJing and singing. We get an interesting line here from the April voiceover that suggests that Bebop and Rocksteady may not be friendly towards the turtles anymore. I don't really know what that's about, as they were friends at the end of Mutant Mayhem. We'll have to wait and see when the actual game comes out what their deal is. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the new stuff that we saw in this trailer. Most of the other elements we had already discussed when the first trailer started dropping on this, but yeah, that was some of the new stuff there that I noticed. So let's go ahead and move on over to the next news story, which actually ties into this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright, so this next story is a pretty interesting one. It reveals additional new info on the upcoming Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem video game, Mutants Unleashed, the one we just spoke of. But the new information here is coming from some action figures, and the packaging on these new figures is pretty interesting as well, as it's packaged as a Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles product. So from the new show, but you can also see the Mutants Unleashed logo there as well on the packaging, so the new video game. So it's kind of like a crossover product, but these two things do take place in the same universe. It's just interesting how they're branding this, and thought it was worth pointing out. Now the new figures that they showed in this line is High School Raphael, wearing the clothes there, how we saw at the end of Mutant Mayhem. High School Michelangelo, who like Raphael has his outfit from the end of the movie. And then we have a couple new villain characters for this universe. Turbo Cameo Cammy and Crabapult. Now, we have seen these villains in the game's trailers and some of the promotional material as well, but now we have a name to go with them. And also, if you look at the wording here on the packaging, we can see a little bit of their motives, and this will give us a good idea of what the game's story will actually be. It says, TCRI rejects. There are new mutants running amok in New York City, considered TCRI's failed mutation experiments. These monstrous mutants were sealed in a containment ward and treated like criminals for much of their lives. But thanks to Cammy, this character here, these Moobies were freed and are ready to take part in the mutant revolution. So yeah, new mutants now causing havoc all over the city obviously isn't good for the Turtles. I feel like they're going to catch a little bit of heat for this as well, being mutants themselves. Maybe the Earth Protection Force, which is now a thing in this universe as we saw in the new show, could start turning their attention on the Turtles. If not in this game, maybe in the upcoming sequel to the first movie. Now, over on the Outright Games website, you do see a little bit more of an expanded version of this synopsis. Let's go ahead and read that. It says, "Welcome to the streets of New York City, where the best pizza and human mutant chaos reigns. It's up to the Turtle Brothers to restore the peace in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed. New mutants, or those as the Turtles coined them, Moobies," again we see this new word here thrown out there, "have been doing well to be accepted by the citizens. But that all changed when some mutants began wreaking havoc. From the sewer to the skyscrapers, no corner is safe from the mess oozing through the city. It's got TCRI Corporation written all over it. Now it's up to the Fearless Four to unleash their unique ninja skills and stop the madness before the human-mutant relationship they worked for goes down the drain. Use that adrenaline pumping through your veins to save the city, and enlist to help April and Splinter. Whether you are a seasoned ninjutsu master or a ninja in training, you can get through this new action-packed brawler game playing solo or in local co-op mode. Set in the Mutant Mayhem universe, it's filled with action, humor, and nostalgia." So there you go. That's all the new info on the new Ninja Turtles video game. Let's go ahead and move on over to the next Ninja Turtles news story. Alright, this next one is coming over here from comicbook.com, and you can see this article here that previews issue number 3 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles IDW Comics relaunch. As of this recording, issue 2 of the relaunch has recently dropped, and this issue 3 is the next one in the story. We'll be releasing our issue 2 review podcast here on the channel soon, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, what do we see in this new issue 3 preview? Well, we got to look at 2 pages, and as you can see there, this issue will revolve specifically around Leonardo. If you don't know, the first 4 issues of this comics relaunch is having each of the Turtles get their own issue before eventually putting the team back together in issue number 5. Issue 1 was Raphael, issue 2 was Michelangelo, and here in issue 3, it's Leonardo. So what do we see in the new pages? Well, we have what seems to be the Foot Clan in a helicopter flying over a forest, likely by the Turtles' farmhouse, and they see what looks like a campfire down below. We see the foot soldiers descend from the helicopter to go investigate it, and then we cut over to Leonardo, who seems to be somewhere in those woods. We see that he's digging urgently for something, but with his bare hands. We see some blood on his hands here, which suggests something must have just happened. We're not sure exactly what it is though. You see that the Foot Clan finds Leonardo, and we see them begin to quietly surround him as he continues to dig. Finally, we see that he must have buried his katanas at one point, because that's what he's dug up. He pulls them out of the ground and stands up. But as he does, we see that the Foot Clan are now all pointing their crossbows at Leonardo. You can see that they have these little lasers on the crossbows, and they all have Leonardo marked and are about to shoot him. The last image we see here is this one here of Leonardo using his thumb to unsheath one of his swords, but that's where the preview ends. We'll discuss any other issue 3 previews that drop before that releases, but that's all for this one, which by the way, issue 3 will release on October 23rd, so as of the time of this video, it's about a month away. But yeah, that's it for now. Let's go ahead and take a look at another comic preview for one of the side storybooks that takes place in this same Ninja Turtles IDW continuity. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the preview for Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation issue number 1. Alright, so this preview is coming over here from CBR.com, and it's for Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation issue number 1. Let's go ahead and do a quick explanation for what this comic is going to be, at least for how it's starting out. So what we've heard is that at least for these first couple arcs here in these Mutant Nation comics, is that it's going to be set in the time period between issue 150, so the last issue of the original IDW Ninja Turtles comics run, and issue 1 of the comics relaunch. So this is all taking place in that time period in between. So before Raphael ended up in prison, how we saw when the relaunch started, if I had to guess, in Mutant Nation, we're gonna see how he ended up getting there. Now let's take a look at some of these preview pages. So you can see there on the cover that there will actually be 2 separate stories within the one book, a Raphael story and a Casey Jones story. I would imagine both are taking place in that same time period that we just discussed. The preview shows what's going on in the Raphael story. You can see that we're at some kind of biker bar. We see one of the waitresses gets grabbed by the arm pretty hard by one of the bikers. You can see that the girl is trying to get away but can't. Raphael is in the bar and he sees what's going on and starts walking over to the situation that's going down. He confronts the biker guys. By the way, this is all happening now that the world knows about mutants, so that's why Raphael is out in public like this. But he doesn't appear to be in New York, which at this point in the story, I believe that's where most of the mutants are. So the people here at this bar have probably never seen a mutant in real life before. Anyways, some words are exchanged, but we don't see exactly what is said, as in these preview pages, the words aren't there yet. But yeah, something is said that kicks off a brawl with Raphael and the bikers. Raphael eventually knocks the 2 guys out, but that's where the preview ends. You'll have to check out the actual book to see what's going on here. Mutant Nation number 1, by the time this video comes out, will have already come out in stores, so go ahead and check it out. That does it for some of the latest Ninja Turtles news and this updates video. Let me know down below what you think. Thanks everybody for watching. Hit subscribe if you're new. Follow on all the socials. Links are down below in the description. Check out the website, www.theoldturtledden.com, and we'll see you in a little bit with another video. Take care.